Hello, this is Rick. I have to say, in regards to this Tim Walz stuff in Minnesota, this guy, he's going to destroy his political career. Mostly already has. And nobody will vote for this guy again. They went to him earlier on and they said, what are you going to do about the fraud? He told all these people to mind their own business. So much for the fraud. On top of that, you have little Omar running rounds so now what's going to end up happening is there's already $1 million exposed from the Somali groups or the people that are corrupt, and the one guy gone on news, he admitted it. There will be a lot more people going to jail. You're talking about the sums of, I would estimate probably billions of dollars. Now President Trump, he is teed off at Omar. So now they want to send in the ICE agents to Minnesota. I am not surprised that they're doing all that because Somalia is not even it's a banana republic. How many people have actually heard of Somalians? That woman should be ashamed of herself. You don't go along saying you're going to marry your brother, which she did. It's all documented. In order to get favorable conditions. That's not normal behavior. They ain't going to be able to walk this back any. It's too big. And then on top of that, you got the Minnesota police departments telling these people to call 911 if anything ever happens to them. You can't override federal um, federal law enforcement. You can't do that. President Trump, what he's probably going to do is he's probably going to put all these people on a plane and send them all back to their country. And then he'll put they'll put restrictions on uh, airplanes, flights where they can and can't go. They'll have documented. It'll be like tags. Say, okay, can't. We can't have flights traveling to these countries. As for little Omar, she'll probably lose her seat. I don't think this was totally unexpected. I saw what happened after the George Floyd stuff. I don't think any of this was not expected. We never said we don't want regular people, immigrants, coming into our country. These people are not regular people. These people are promoting racism and stuff like that. It's totally unwarranted. Tim Walz, he he didn't want to sit down and he didn't want to play ball like regular people. He knew about all this fraud and he didn't do anything about it. It was totally unwarranted, and they shouldn't even have to worry about that stuff in states, but there's fraud everywhere, unfortunately. These are very radical people. I've seen this all before. If you're over in another country, eating crap or not getting anything you want, well, I don't think that all a guy like Tim Walz has to do is tuck his tail between his miserable legs and leave. You can't implement policy when there's all that fraud going on. It's not possible. If there's a restaurant or something in the um, I don't know what that group is called, hospitality industry, and they want to give uh, food or meals to kids, well, then they should be able to do that. But don't say you're going to do something and then lie about it. Say you got all this money coming in and you got nothing coming in. That's fraud. And as for this BS about calling 911 when you're in trouble, that's all well and good, but if you have local police officers and they're preventing ICE from doing their jobs, you're going to see police officers getting into trouble. Not a very good situation for them up there. They create these slush funds for people that are doing their campaigns and stuff. They're not even legal groups. It's one thing if you could have a fund for a legal group, but they're not even legal groups. It's like they have these funding groups and they're not even real. They don't exist. Somali people, they are part of the Arab nation, and they act like Arabs. They don't support anything the U.S. does. If you think that Arabs are um, being treated unfairly, I would say that's probably most likely correct because I was over there. I know how those people think. You got people after decades and decades of civil war, and they come over here and they make it big time. And instead of using uh, instead of being grateful to the United States, they use the United States for their platforms. It's a really bad situation. If you don't do, if you're not exactly like them, you're the enemy. It's plain and simple. There's not a lot of rocket science that goes into it. If you don't worship like them or pray like them, you're the enemy. Anyways, I don't support people like that. Maybe Klobuchar and people like that are in on it too.
Pleased to report that as of yesterday, the Senate has confirmed a total of 314 of President Trump's civilian nominees. Earlier this week, I filed another nominations package, which, when passed, will bring our total confirmations to more than 400. That far outstrips total confirmations by this point in President Biden's term and in President Trump's first term as well. And it's particularly notable that we've managed to beat those first-term numbers when you consider the obstacles the Democrats have put up. I've talked more than once here on the floor about Democrats' unprecedented obstruction of the president's nominees this year. And I really do mean unprecedented. For decades upon decades, the Senate has expedited the consideration of large numbers of presidential nominees, confirming them by unanimous consent or voice vote. President George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton, for example, each had 98% of their civilian nominees confirmed.
Anyways, we'll see what happens. I'm out of here.
98%. George W. Bush and Barack Obama each had 90%.